Do you think Taekwon considers like is Ricochet gonna put one more butt in a seat, or is he gonna sell one more ticket? But Chris, let me ask you this honestly: do you think he even asks himself that question?
I think Flair is the greatest heel of all time.
Bro, can we talk about something I was just reading?
Sure.
Coming on the air.
Before you do that, Sportskeeda Nation, put down your greatest, who you think the greatest heel of all time below. All right, go ahead, Vince.
First of all, I want to say my 93-year-old dad has a way of butchering names worse than me.
Okay.
So he caught a YouTube video that he was trying to have a conversation with me about. Bro, you got to understand something. My father I talk to my dad every day. He's 93. Mm-hmm. He's always trying to like find out from me, like, you know, about my podcasting and work and what I do. Bro, I don't talk about any of this stuff at all with him. Zero. I will not speak one word about the wrestling business to my father, right? So I guess he found a YouTube video online. So he's trying to tell me about this video. And he says to me, yeah, you were on there. You were talking about this millionaire guy. I think the guy's name was Taekwon.
Very nice. Very
so
nice.
From now on, bro, when I say Taekwon, you know I am referring to Tony Khan.
Yes.
Okay, but I will, going forward, out of respect for my father, I will call him Taekwon. Bro, I was reading today. Bro, I got to tell you something, Chris.
His last name is hyphenated, Vince.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
You forgot Do.
Taekwondo. Okay. Guys, I got to tell you, and I say this all the time. I went to Lucha Underground once, and I met Ricochet. And, bro, you know how people are with me, especially the youngins. You know what I'm saying? Very disrespectful. They listen to Meltzer about me, and bro, Ricochet stopped everything, introduced himself, was so respectful, and I never ever forgot that. So keep this in mind. I'm a fan of the dude personally. You know, man, I'm not a fan of that style. That's me, but personally, a straight up guy. But before we came on here, man, I'm just reading about, he signed with AEW. And bro, good for him. I'm sure he got 7 figures. God bless him, bro. His love, that's his fiance, right? They're not married, right? They're ringing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. God bless them. God, I hope you make $10 million. But it's like, I'm reading this and I'm like, this money that Taekwon spends, like, does he, like, I have to ask this question. Do you think Taekwon considers, like, is Ricochet gonna put one more butt in a seat, or is he gonna sell one more ticket? But Chris, let me ask you this honestly: do you think he even asks himself that question, or he's such a mark for the guy that he basically just says, "Okay, bro, tell me what you want, and I'll send the contract over"?
I think he's just a mark for the fans that he knows that Ricochet and Ospreay is going to be a 5-star match. I really think that Tony Khan pays the big bucks to get 5-star matches.
But at what point do you start looking at dollars and cents? I don't care how much money you have. At what point do you really start looking at, okay, bro, I'm going to pay Ricochet X amount of dollars, and how am I going to make that money back? Doesn't matter. Wow, bro. That's I don't know how you do business like that. I just don't, man. I just don't.
This is you can tell that this has been a pet project for Tony Khan for a long time, man. I mean, they've even showed, him being in the ECW shows back in the day when he was a teenager or preteen. this has been a pet project for him. He had an opportunity when Cody, and the Bucks and the Elite, they wanted a financial person to front the bill. There you go. Tony Khan, he accepted. This is a dream come true for him. He basically, I imagine, being involved in executive team with the soccer team and the football team, he really didn't have, the time and the ability to just erect an entire promotion from scratch. But he had Cody to do that, right? So he already had the game plan. He already had the blueprint right in front of him. He just needed to sign the checks.
Yeah.
He had that opportunity now to sign the checks. And then all of a sudden, all these 18 EVPs start to dwindle down to Tony Khan's name starting to be on all the press releases, and him starting to have like 18, labels next to his name during the press releases. So now he has the opportunity to use the money that he has to basically bring to life his pet project. This is the live version of his toy room as a kid, man. I mean, this is essentially what we see. It doesn't matter if they're making money. It doesn't matter. Clearly the business model was thrown out the door, because if you think this was the go home show to All Out as of this recording, couldn't even crack 700. This is, and they were down from last week, going to the go home show of their WrestleMania, of a stadium show, and year to year from 2 years ago, they've lost 350,000 viewers year to year from 2 years ago.
Bro, I was listening to a clip yesterday of him. He was on with Meltzer, and it was castrating the marks. He was on with Meltzer, and it was recent, bro, just about a week ago. He was blaming the low AEW rating on the lead-in.
Yeah.
Bro, when I wrote for all those companies, Chris, I didn't even know what our lead-in was. I had no idea what the lead-in was. He was blaming the lead-in.
Check out BrainBuster, the daily quiz that tests your WWE knowledge with winning streaks, stats, and more. It's time to see if you're up for the challenge.
I'm like, bro, are you like seriously?
But the lead-in has the lead-in has bigger numbers than.
Yeah, exactly. Bro, that's the thing, man. Vince is a billionaire now. He wasn't a billionaire back then, but he was a millionaire. And bro, look at all the people Vince let walk to WCW. Hogan, Nash, Hall,
Right.
Macho. I mean, Pipe. The list goes on. And what did Vince do, bro? He rebuilt. Mm-hmm. But he did not give those people the money that they were demanding and asking for, bro. And you got to respect him for that. Yeah. He let Henning went over there. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Sean Waltman. We can go on forever.
Right, Boss Man.
He rebuilt.
Yeah.
But man, bro, I'm just looking at, because of course, Tony's saying this is the biggest signing in the history of, we've heard him say that 50 times now.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, how is he ever going to make you the money back that you spent on that contract?
Tony Khan, clearly by the numbers, it doesn't show how it really shows that his business model is just thrown out the window. But he's looking forward to that Ospreay Ricochet match. He's looking forward to Ricochet potentially debuting in All In. He's looking forward to vanity searching, X to see how people think about it. He's looking forward to see what Dave Meltzer says in his newsletter of how many stars a Ricochet match got.
Chris, I got to ask you, and I want to throw this out to Sportskeeda Nation as well. Seriously, if you had more money than you could count, like you can't even count how much money you have. If you had more money than you could count, do you think you'd be wasteful with that money?
Absolutely not. No.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Because if I became the owner of a NBA franchise, I'm a Bulls fan, for instance, or I'm a Titans fan, right?
Right.
If I bought the Tennessee Titans, there's absolutely no way that I would be content with mediocre years. I would absolutely obliterate management if they're not giving me productivity year to year as far as records are concerned. If they're not giving me, if I'm looking at gates and I'm seeing a dwindling in sales because we're not doing good as a team, there's absolutely no way that I'm going to keep the coach there. I would rather buy out your contracts to get a better coach, to get a better record, to have more people come to my events, to hike up the prices because they're going to come because we're doing really good. So that's just a business model that just comes with making money by owning a franchise. I mean, there's no way in the world that I would.
Chris, that is a great point that you bring up, because I got to tell you, man, and this has been going on for decades, man. This has been going on, way before I got in the business. To me, bro, the one thing that separates the wrestling business than any other company. I don't care if you're a sports franchise. I don't care if you're a computer company. I don't care if you're an online company. I don't care. I swear to God, bro, for as long as I can remember, bro, there's never been accountability in wrestling. Never. Bro, when Vince gave me that spot as the head writer, Chris, I knew darn well, if I don't deliver, not only am I going to be fired, he needs to fire me.
Sure.
If I don't deliver Vince McMahon ratings, he needs to fire me. Absolutely. Bro, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go as far as to say, if we were doing crappy numbers, I would have told him to fire me.
Yeah.
That is the problem with wrestling, man. No one is ever held accountable. These guys have these jobs for decades and decades and decades and decades, no matter if they produce or not. Bro, I did a show today. I did a free show on YouTube today, bro, because, you and I are always looking at the Judgment Day. And I'm talking about, bro, let's look at 4 misses. Let's look at 4 misses and let's make them the Judgment Day. Bro, they missed on EC3. They missed on Elias. They missed on Karrion Kross. And they missed on Baron Corbin. They missed on those 4 guys. And look at the 4 guys that are in Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Now, how do you miss on those 4 guys and still have a job like there's no problem? I mean, you know football, bro. If any franchise that trades away 4 rookies, and all of a sudden these rookies are Bryce Harper and Aaron Judge, somebody's gonna pay for that, bro. Absolutely. Bro, not in wrestling. No matter what you do, you're not gonna lose your job.
Yeah, like I told you before, Vince, the problem with pro wrestling is there's no stakes. There's no stakes. There is just, when you think of sports, period, there's the pitch or the hook for the fans are the stakes. So you're looking at records, you're looking at you're looking at percentages, you're looking at you're always looking at games to, like, wins matter, right? Because if someone goes 50-50 in just about every sport, they're not going to go to the playoffs unless you're in the NFL and your whole division is doing bad. But at the same time, you have to have the best record to secure a spot in any type of sports. But that doesn't matter. I mean, in UFC, it matters. In football, it matters. In basketball, it matters. In baseball, it matters. In hockey, it matters. It matters in every other sport instead of wrestling. There are no stakes. A pro wrestler can go 50-50 or even less. I think I saw a record of Kevin Owens being like 6-9 or something like that on television this year. And even with a record less than 50-50, you're the top contender for the biggest prize of the sport. That's like Ohio State being 6-9 and somehow making it to the national championship game. That doesn't exist in any other sport.
But Chris, would they give you this argument? It's not sports, it's entertainment. Would they give you that argument? But what I would say to that is, okay, bro, then if it's entertainment, don't present it as a sport.
Bingo.
Right?
Exactly. Because here's the thing. It's called sports entertainment, first of all. And so at the end of the day, it's still presented as a sport. And so at the end of the day, even when it's entertainment, though, because even if we're looking at the entertainment standpoint from a saga or an episodic standpoint, there's still cliffhangers. There's still seeds planted. There's still story arcs. There's still riveting storylines. And so it doesn't really click on either element, sports or entertainment. Right. On both elements, it doesn't click. Right. So you can give me an entertainment article. Okay, cool. Okay, if you want to give me that, where's the story arcs? Where's the storylines? Where's the character builds? Where's the episodic television? Where's the saga? Okay, you're not giving me that. So you can't bill it as entertainment then.
That's a great point, Chris, because the thing is too, like, you know, they present it as a competition.
Yes.
I mean, there's no getting around. You're presenting it as a competition. And like Dr. Chris said, if you're 6-9, how are you getting a title shot?
It doesn't make sense. Ohio State 6-9. You made it to the national championship. Yeah, awesome. The Titans are 6-9. They made it to the Super Bowl. Like that just doesn't exist. Yeah, man. The Giants are 80 and 182 games, right? So
162.
162.
So there's 60 and 102.
60 and 102, right? So the Giants, congratulations, San Francisco. You're 60 and 102. And made it to the
But Chris, they're gonna have that built-in 2 to 2.5 million people that no matter what. Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely.